So hello and welcome. My name is Steve Pugh, and on this channel I mostly talk about business and entrepreneurship type stuff, but I love cameras, I love tech, I love lighting, I love loads of kind of different stuff. So what I also like to do is 2-minute tech reviews where I talk about real stuff that I've bought with my own money, with the hope is that it might help inform some of your buying decisions on kind of different stuff. So recently, for a long time, I've been really getting into my video with the whole kind of studio kind of setup, but I wanted to get back into photography. My first ever business was a photography business back about 10-12 years ago, and at the time I had Elinchrom lights, and they were called BXRI 500s. It was a 2 flash head kind of kit, and I used to use them for black tie balls, events and that kind of thing. Now with a lot of the corporate consulting kind of work I do, I actually have been doing more headshots for different businesses, that kind of thing. So about a month ago I invested in these. So these are also Elinchrom. These are D-Lite. These are 400 watt RX kind of flash head units. I've used them about 7-8 times now, and they're really fantastic. They're about £750 here in the UK. And what's really interesting is that people often want to know both how powerful do I go for, because obviously you don't need to go mega powerful with flash heads, but one of the big things that I always found is you want them to be fairly rugged, because actually when you kind of take them around different things, but the big thing as well is because you can actually change the ISO on your shutters, on your shutter speed on your camera, you actually don't necessarily always need mega powerful lights, because there's lots of other things that you can do to increase the sensitivity to get the same picture. These lights are really fantastic. You actually get this as well, which is the Skyport system, which actually goes onto the flash head of your camera, and that's what triggers the lights. And the biggest difference that I've kind of found both with these and my old ones in the past, it's how fast they recharge, so that you can actually fire, for me, once a second, once every half a second, and they both have time to recharge between shots and then go again. If you take photos too quickly, often one of them hasn't recharged in time, and it does show when you actually kind of take the picture. Combined with the other kit that I've got, so I use Canon kind of cameras. There's a previous review of a f1.2 50mm lens which I bought as well. I often shoot, actually, to be honest, at like f5, f7, depending on the kind of light and setup, even if I'm just shooting a person, to actually get the exposure right. And again, I tend to shoot at 1/25 of a second. For me, and ISO 100, that's what works to get the best kind of results. And then even when I used to do graduation photos, you could catch someone at that shutter speed, someone throwing a hat at you, and for me that just works kind of really well. In terms of these lights, would I buy them? Absolutely. The kit came with 2 flash heads, 2 stands, the Skyport system, and also 2 softboxes, which I'll show you. So they look a little bit something like this. You can buy much bigger ones, but actually these kind of work great. And actually just up the power and move it further away, and you'll actually get a much bigger light and kind of coverage on your subject. So in terms of a 2-minute tech review, would I recommend them? Absolutely, 100%. There are cheaper ones which you can go for, but I think they only had 100 watt flash heads. It was only a tiny bit more to get 400, which kind of made sense. And then actually above this tier, it seemed to get a lot more expensive still. So for me, it was the perfect sweet spot that if you know what you're doing, they can be a perfect entry to, photography and studio photography. And actually they're more than powerful enough to shoot big groups, big backgrounds, that kind of thing, as well, as I did as kind of a student. Thank you for your time. If you kind of saw this, please kind of like and subscribe. I've got more kind of reviews and stuff coming up. If they're interested, or there's any products that you want me to review, please kind of let me know, and I'll speak to you soon. All right, cheers guys. Thank you. Bye bye.